Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Guild Podcast. This episode, I really wanted to talk about utility. Using things around you. Looking at the world around you and seeing if everything that you have in your vicinity is useful for you. This podcast episode was really inspired by my recent obsession with the Ford Maverick, which is a small pickup truck that Ford just released not too long ago. It looks really good. The reason why I wanted to invest in this vehicle was for the simple fact that I have a small car, a Volkswagen Jetta. Preparing for a photo shoot, video shoot, or podcast is a pain in the butt, simply because it takes forever for me to make sure I have everything that I need inside of the car. And there are times where I am hiring an assistant. So the assistant will have to be sort of crammed into the car with all the rest of the equipment. And I asked myself today, everything around me has a purpose. Everything around me has utility. What is my Volkswagen Jetta sedan doing for me at this moment besides driving me to work, driving to coffee shops, and driving to a photo shoot? Pretty much nothing. It's kind of getting in the way, but I really like not having car payments. I like the idea of ownership. I love the idea of just using what I have around me versus just getting something because it'll be useful. But then there are times where getting something useful and upgrading and buying something is a lot more beneficial because it saves you headache. It lowers stress and anxiety. So I'm making this quick little episode to ask myself, and I want you to ask yourself this: what around you do you have that you're just letting just sit there and you're not changing because of you don't want to, or you feel like it's okay, you shouldn't have to change it, or it's fine, but you know there's something so much better out there that'll make your life so much easier? For me, it's a truck. Like I said before, and you might just already know, I have a studio now that I work out of, which is great. But majority of my clientele they want to outsource my services. They don't want to come in here either because they're too far or whatever the case is. So when I'm traveling, I have to go to my studio, make sure that I'm taking enough and the right amount of equipment. That way I don't have to worry about jamming everything into my Volkswagen Jetta's trunk or the back seat. Now, where a truck will come into play would be, I just would put everything in the bed of the truck. And if I need any assistance, they can sit comfortably. The Ford Maverick also has tons of hidden compartments for storage under the back car seat. Those are things that I think about because right now my Volkswagen, if I'm on set, I'm putting my camera bag and case in the car. If I need to go use the bathroom or go to a store and get some Twizzlers, my tools are essentially visible. I don't have tinted windows. So if I had a truck with a tonneau cover, which is something that you cover the truck bed with, and it's lockable, I'll be able to have a so much better sense of security, because I can't tell you how many times I just think some days some person is just going to come to my car, knock the window, and take the things that I bring on set with, like the Rodecaster Pro, my MacBook Pro, the A10 Mini, not Pro. That would have been funny if I had the A10 Mini Pro ISO. That would be great. That would be great. That's something that I want, but not now. Truck is more important. And just going back to my lifestyle, I've always had this thing where everything around me has to have a utility. Everything around me has to have a purpose. And I have to be using it for that purpose. A car for me has never been something that I saw as a tool other than something to get to work or to get to hang out with friends or go to coffee shops. Now that I have a up and starting business, I need something to help me work more effectively And that's a truck, even though I don't want to. Even though I don't want to get the truck, but I know it makes more sense. But I really, really like the Ford Maverick. I wouldn't want a traditional truck because I don't really like trucks. But the Ford Maverick for me it does something else. And this is a sidetrack, but another reason why I never wanted a truck was majority of the trucks out there are big, clunky, massive gas guzzlers. And I know this is a small nitpicking thing, but majority of trucks aren't manual transmission. I know. You're like, what? But I really love having a manual transmission car. It just does it for me. But there's no utility other than satisfying my need for being in control while I'm driving. But yeah, that's just something I have to deal with. I guess I just wanted to get it out there and share this feeling that I'm having. Maybe one day soon you'll see this truck and I'll be driving it and you'll be like, you finally just went ahead and got the truck. And I'll be like, yeah, but you would know deep down that it's just a tool that I'm utilizing for a specific goal and purpose. And I ultimately want a manual transmission car. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to this quick podcast, me ranting about the Ford Maverick. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to share it and listen to the other episodes because they're pretty good too, I think. And go in the description down below. And if you feel it in your heart to support the channel, what am I doing? This is not YouTube. Oh my God. I'm leaving that in there. If you feel it in your heart to support the podcast, support what I have going on here, share it. Share it with your friends and family and go down in the description and donate to the show. Whatever you can, I would really, really appreciate it. All right, y'all have a nice one. I love you and bye.